This is my 2009 Range Rover L322 and I'm feeling very positive and optimistic today, so I thought I would do a video going through everything wrong with this car. And the list is not short. Today I'm in the New Forest on a trip for a couple of nights with some friends, and I thought it's a perfect opportunity to do another video for this channel. And we're going to hop in the car now, go for a drive, and I'll tell you a bit more about why I decided to buy this car despite the ever-growing list of everything that's going wrong with it. Okay, we are just at the Airbnb here, parked up, about to leave for a little trip through some little countryside and some little villages today. And I'd love to sit here and say that there's nothing wrong with this car, but it's 13 years old. It's, 2009, 59 plate. If you're new to my channel, it's a car that we only recently purchased, and it's a Vogue SETD V8, so the L322. We love it, but like I said, there are some things that are wrong with it, as you would expect with a 13-year-old car, and it has done a whopping 100, actually it's just ticked over 169,000 miles. So to be fair to the car, to be fair to it, it's in a pretty good nick considering the amount of driving it's done. I have a feeling it was used sort of pottering around town and doing sort of like motorway driving as opposed to anything off-road, because it seems to be in quite a good condition. And also I'm not going to walk around and point out every scratch on the car, because there are scratches, there are scuffs, the alloy wheels aren't great, like I said, because it's 13 years old. So the first thing I want to talk about are these. When I first got the car, I was told that it had 4 new tyres. I was like, fantastic, great news, 4 new tyres, brilliant, that saves the job. It turns out it probably had 4 new tyres to get it through its last MOT, which it passed a couple of months ago. Why am I kneeling on gravel? This is a stupid idea. But it turns out the tyres cost a whopping £50 each, so these are probably the worst tyres you can get. They are cross leaders, 20-inch, so it's something we want to change. They're fine, they literally do the job, but that's all they do. They don't do anything extra, so we're going to get some nicer tyres put on it. Then another quite hilarious thing that's wrong with it. See this? What colour's that? That's silver, right? Let's take a walk round to the other side of the car. That is definitely black and not metal. So this is the original side step on the car. This is what it came with, we believe. And clearly it came off for some reason, and they popped on a cheap, rubbish aftermarket one on the other side. That really doesn't work because I'm putting a very small amount of pressure on there and it's bending quite badly. I mean, if you only look at the car from one side, you're fine, but if you ever look at both sides, it's very, very obvious. Quickly like to apologise for the amount of outfit changes in this video so far. It's not my usual style, and this is going to be the final one, but we've just got back from our trip, and being new parents, let me know in the comments if you guys agree. Things take longer than you think and time ran away, so I didn't get a chance to, I barely started this video while we were away, but we're back now, and I thought I'd take a little drive out today to finish the rest of it. Something that's very evident that's not working in this car right now is the lack of air conditioning. I'm closing the window and I'm only able to film this in short clips because it's a hot day. I've stupidly worn this jumper and it's boiling, so the aircon doesn't really work. It blows, but there's no cold air. It's blowing out the air temperature that's outside. So we've got it booked in for like an aircon regas, which hopefully will fix the problem. Hopefully it's nothing further than that, and it just hasn't been done in a while, I assume. So the aircon is definitely something we need to get fixed. It's saying it's 20 degrees today, and it's definitely too hot not to have aircon working. And something that I think needs doing is a new battery. We got in the other day and started the engine and it said suspension fault, and it's been a bit weird. It's kind of going into the access mode while we're driving along, and then I lift it back up again and then it goes back down again. A friend of ours plugged it into his like diagnostic tester, is that what you call it? Tool, said that it just looks like the battery's really low, and so hopefully that will fix the problem. But I mean, it could be, again, it could be a deeper issue. We hope it's just a new battery, and we'll get that done when it's in for a service, which actually going in for this week. We've got it booked in for like an oil service, a bit of a vehicle check. They're going to get the car up in the air, have a little look around. We also want to get the gearbox serviced, and I'm unsure as to whether or not I want to get the mega flush done. I feel like it's super like 50-50 whether or not you should do it. I hear people saying that you have to get it done and otherwise it's all gonna fall apart, and it's essential. But when we went to Gumtree, which is the Land Rover specialist near where I live in Worthing, they're based in Ditchling, and they said not to bother and that it's something that they wouldn't recommend, and it actually can open up a can of worms and cause more issues. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments what you think of that and if it's something you recommend. I also want to quickly take this opportunity to thank you guys. I uploaded my first video a couple of days ago, and the feedback I've got already and the amazing comments, people are leaving really long comments, and it's so helpful to me because I'm a new L322 owner. It's so reassuring and lovely knowing that there's this amazing community out there, and it's just awesome. So I read all your comments, and if you've subscribed as well, that means so much to me. I'm on the way to my first 1,000 subscribers on this channel, and yeah, really appreciate it. So leave me a comment below and subscribe if you can. Just on the battery again, I don't think I went into enough detail there. The fault said something about air suspension voltage. I've heard with these that if the battery is old and close to being flat, it can cause a number of issues. So I think that's definitely on the cards. I've just parked up here now, and I'm gonna get out the car and talk through a few more bits because there's a long list. And let me know in the comments like what issue you think is the most pressing, what you'd get done first in this car, because there's some things that are more cosmetic, some things that I think are a bit more essential. And I suppose with these higher mileage cars, it's going to be a labour of love. It's going to be taking care of it that keeps it going. It's now, quick mileage check, 169,273. So we've put quite a lot of miles on it since we picked it up, and filled it up far too many times already. We filled it up the other day with diesel, and it cost us 170 Great British pounds, which is slightly unacceptable, but it's my fault for buying a V8. Okay, just getting out the car now. The badge at the front, you may remember, it used to, I'll put some clips in before, it used to be that the Rover badge was quite black and dirty, so on Etsy it was just £10. I ordered up the Range Rover, only use the Rover, the Range is still in good nick, and I'll put some clips in here quickly of when I fitted that. I think it looks quite good. I'm personally pleased with how it's turned out. I think it's straight enough. My boyfriend George actually filmed a video on how we did that, so you can head over to his channel if you want to check that out, like the how-to, but it was such a quick and easy fix, and it looks better already. Same for the wiper blades. Actually, we've already replaced these because these are upgraded, but I'm very annoyed at him because he sprayed the plastic with black paint. So what do you have to say for yourself?
Well, it looks much better. The old wiper blade arms were so corroded.
Yes, but he's got black spray all over the plastic.
And white, so I gave it a rub down, I gave it a proper black spray. I put some flat, new style aero blades
all
on.
All I'm hearing is I sprayed the plastic black.
I did get a little bit of paint on the plastic, and for that I apologise. But head over to my channel.
No. The slightly odd one is the folding mirrors. When you press lock on the key, the offside mirror always folds in, but the near side one, for some reason, I'd say about 50% of the time stays out. It might just need some WD-40, or again, it might be a further problem. And there's also some sort of rattle coming from this area here. I've no idea what it is yet, but it sounds, to me, it sounds like it's coming from this area. It almost sounds like a sort of loose sound coming from the suspension when you go over the bump. So no idea on that either. And then the stop button is currently only a start button. This is black tape. We took it in the other day to have the corrosion looked at, and the guy put his finger through our start button. So that's good fun. And there's now some black tape over it, and it's like a slight gaping hole inside there. One of them is already on order to replace. That should be quite a nice easy fix, but we did manage to get a genuine Land Rover part for about £40, so not bad. And apparently it's just like a 3 clips thing, and it just pops in there, so it should be fairly straightforward. But let me know, is that the kind of thing you want to see on this channel? Is that boring? Is it boring seeing me fit a start button, or is that fun? Is that, I don't know. Please let me know what sort of videos you want to see from me as well. Like I said before, I've got a main channel where it's sort of daily life vlogs, but this is purely car focused, and I am very new to vlogging about cars, so leave me some video ideas down below what you want to see. This one was requested from one of you guys watching, which is why I'm filming it today, and it's quite fun, isn't it, going around picking your car apart. And hopefully in the future I can watch this video back and think, yeah, I changed that, I got that fixed, I got that fixed. Either that, or I think, thank God I sold it, but we'll see. But honestly, for the age and the mileage of this car, I am so impressed. It's beautiful to drive. It's been such a fun car so far. And yes, I'm listing off things wrong with it because it's a video today, but there's also a million positives that I could give you and things that I'm loving so far. Honestly, I would not predict, if I drove this car blindfolded, and not a good idea, don't try that at home. Well, there's a video idea in itself. No, that's highly illegal. I won't be doing that. If I drove this car and I was If I drove this car and I was asked to say what year it is and what mileage I think it was, it would all be, it'd be much newer and it'd be much lower mileage. Honestly, it drives so well. Maybe I should do a video of like the things that are right with my Range Rover. I don't know, the things I love about it. Like I said before, obviously it's a 13-year-old car. There's scuffs and things on it. This has obviously had some sort of hit on a white wall or something here on the plastic. Oh, get that stone out. There's scuffs all over it, nothing major, nothing crazy. The paintwork's in a pretty good condition. It looks nice and shiny and well kept, but there are a few marks and stone chips and things all over it. And the wheels, nicely curbed as well. Actually, we were looking at the brochure for this car and the wheels look like they were from the supercharged model. So this is a TDV8 and I don't think this is a standard wheel that it comes with, so I think they've had like an upgrade at some point with the previous owner, which is obviously great. We do want to get some new tyres put on, so maybe all-terrain tyres, so if anyone can suggest any brands or any specific tyres down below, because like I said, these are the cheapest of the cheap, which again is fine for now, it drives fine with them, but it's not something we want to really keep the car with. I was chatting to Matt from High Peak Autos over on Instagram the other day, and he recommended using premium fuel for half the time and normal for the rest of the time, so that's what we've been doing. So at every other fill up, we're mixing it up. Good for the car for the premium and good for the bank account for the regular fuel with prices at the moment, but I don't need to ramble about that because I feel like that's all anyone's talking about at the moment. I think I am gonna end this video off here and sit and watch I was about to say the sunset. The sun's not even setting. I feel like I just used this little boot flap. Is it called a boot flap? Is it called a boot flap? Is that, what's it called? Is it a boot flap? What's a boot flap? Here's a boot.
Tailgate.
Tailgate. This is a boot flap. I feel like I use it way more than you probably are meant to just because I have it, do you know what I mean? But I am going to end this video off here now, so if you did enjoy it today, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this channel goes. Cheers to video number 2. Thanks so much again for all the support so far in the comments, it means so much, and I'm already looking forward to the next video, so I'll see you next time. Bye.